What's up, nerds, and welcome to the Amazing Nerdcast video review. On this comic review, we are going to go over the Unworthy Thor.
He's not worthy. I had to. You can't.
So before we get into this, we'll go into the backstory real fast. Thor, as we're going to refer to as Odinson in this, he lost a hammer during the series Original Sins, where the Watcher died. When he died, he whispered something to everyone's ears, and Thor Odinson became unworthy to hold a hammer. He still tried to be Thor and carry out his duties. However, in doing so, he ended up losing his arm. So now he has a mechanical arm made by the dwarves and a new hammer that he got from the ultimate Thor who had died during Secret Wars. So what did you guys think about the Unworthy Thor #1?
I thought that it was a great story to start telling with this character that we've known for a really long time. Thor Odinson has been around, the 60s?
Yeah.
So now we have this a little bit more edgy version of Thor. He's not too happy with his lot in life right now. He's got a goat.
He does have a goat.
It's quite spectacular.
Magical goat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can kind of traverse through the cosmos, which is really cool. But yeah, I think it's cool to see his kind of like path for redemption now going on. He's trying to figure out exactly where he fits in this whole crazy new 616A or whatever we're calling it.
616.1.
Yeah. Where you have characters from a few other realities, and then you also have characters from our current reality that are taking over other roles, such as Jane Foster being the actual Almighty Thor right now.
You haven't really read Thor too much, have you?
Not too much. I've read enough to understand the world and kind of like who this is. I did find it interesting how he like narrates the whole thing from a point of it, like he's accepted that he's unworthy. Like there was nothing he could do about it at the time. Like he was like, yeah, well, I lost the hammer.
I screwed up.
Like, yeah, he's like that, you know, I'm going to drink like I was doing. I'm going to be sad, but like, I'm going to try to do everything I can to keep up some resemblance of normal life. Like he's still trying to defend what he can, and trying to, you know, be as strong as he possibly can. Cause he is still Odin's son. And that's the thing. And he like makes this big thing about like, I may not be able to wield the hammer, but I can, you know, I'm still the son of Odin. I'm still strong on my own, even without it. Like I earned the right to the hammer by being strong. And, you know, the strength doesn't disappear with the hammer.
Yeah, he doesn't eradicate all the trolls on the moon in this. Yes, that's right. I said trolls on the moon. Moon trolls. But he gets them to flee. He gets them to run away.
Inside a Viking ship, which was awesome.
Yeah, Viking ship through space.
Go through space, beer through space.
Everything through space. But yeah, he gets them to run away, which is the cool part. He still doesn't quite, you know, like I said, he hasn't vanquished the leader of them, so they're still at large. But he's strong enough on his own, plus goat, Tooth Gnasher, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, something like that.
And gets them to flee, which is super cool. Brings me to a quick point, just to touch on real quick. The art in this is beautiful.
It is amazing.
Like you said, Viking ship through space, go through space. Like those things sound silly and weird, but somehow they managed to just look natural and cool, like in this world.
It worked very well. What was the rating you guys give out of 10?
I'd probably give it an 8.
Okay.
I mean, having not really, I haven't dove into Thor much, but no, it's interesting. It's not like he's not a god. And that's kind of cool, because it's like one of the most powerful beings that we've seen, you know, and he's, you know, torn down, beaten down, and forced to kind of overcome some odds. And that's kind of cool. Kind of brings him into more of a touchable hero.
I would give it a 9 out of 10 for me. Kind of going a little bit off of what you said about that he's not a god anymore. That was one of the reasons why I never really got into Thor in the first place. I'm not the biggest fan of Superman for that reason either. People who kind of don't seem to really have too many weaknesses don't really excite me as a character to read for.
But he does have a weakness. It's not having enough beer.
Yeah.
True. That's a weakness I can relate to.
I think that's all of our weaknesses.
But yeah, he's closer to us now, a little bit more relatable. He's sad, depressed. He doesn't have the whole, universe at his feet pretty much now. And it just captured me from that first book. Like, I was like, I've never really been a fan of Thor. I've kept up with what he's done, and I've, seen the movies, read a couple of the books, but mostly just kind of filled in. This made me want to keep reading. Like, I want to know what happens with this story now. Mm-hmm. I want to keep going with the Unworthy Thor. I want to see his path for redemption. We reviewed the Ultimate Thor a while back. And seeing that hammer kind of show up in this is really cool. I never read the Thors from War Zones or Battle World from Secret Wars. Never really got the idea of what happened to them. Apparently he perishes.
The Ultimate Thor.
Yeah. So I want to know what happens to him. I want to know why this Thor has his hammer and everything like that. It's super intriguing, super captivating. You've been kind of holding out on a Thor title because you're still not quite sure about it. I would definitely recommend this one.
For me, real quick, I'm going to go, this is a 9 out of 10 just because I've been following since Jane Foster took over as Thor. So picking up where they left off with Odinson, I thought this was great. Jason Aaron did a fantastic job, and it's a great comic.
Woo! Yeah, he talks about this was his 50th Thor that he wrote. But that's a lot. Talks about it's multiple different, it's like Thor, like 4 or 5 different story arcs. And to have a unified writer over those arcs is really cool.
Yeah, he started right before Jane Foster picked up as being the new Thor. He's continued with the 2 series for Jane Foster being Thor, and now he's continuing with this Thor.
His writing was superb.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Which means that I'm sure there'll be some kind of crossover between the two.
I hope so, but I hope they keep Jane Foster as Thor because she is by far the most badass Thor we've seen. Yeah, maybe besides Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill is pretty badass. They do tease in this. There's another hammer, all this stuff, and then it leads into the future for this. And it leaves off on a really cool kind of ending to the story. With a character that I don't think people would exactly expect 100%, being like the final thing you see. And I think it's really
Thunderfrog.
Thunderfrog. Yeah. Whoa!
So, Unworthy Thor, #1, pick it up. It is absolutely amazing. If you like our video, make sure you subscribe and check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, where we do our episodes every week. Bye.